It's not I'm the wickedest little bad bitch around. I know you heard about me, cause I'm the talk of the town. Yeah, they say I got jokes, call me the class clown. Any bitch who wants to step can come and get shut down. Hey. Go ahead, bitch, call the cops. I call all you out, cause I'm exposing the ops. Steady slaying these stops. I stay calling shots, and if you act like you don't know, baby, you just forgot. Not a cause a scene, I let you in on the plot. This a non-brother movement on the way to the top. Got everybody vibing with every single we drop. Baby, we just getting started, we ain't never gonna stop. Hey, baby, shit's been kinda hazy. I think it's catching up to me, I might be going crazy. Everybody talking, yo, I think they fucking hate me, but that's a you problem, unless you're gonna pay me. Let the money talk, follow dollar signs. Let the money talk, it's all about design. Let the money talk, be about the grind. Let the money talk, it's our time to shine. Let the money talk, follow dollar signs. Let the money talk, it's all about design. Let the money talk, be about the grind. Let the money talk, it's our time to shine. Let the money talk. 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 Let the money talk.
Yeah, bitch, and I'm back on the scene, and I'm hitting every club like a fucking routine. I wouldn't even pull up if I wasn't making no green. It's the middle of June, but I got it looking like Halloween. Fucking with my money, you about to make me go crazy. If you wanna live a little longer, better pay me. I can start a riot in the club, but don't blame me. Pass me a bottle, cause I'm trying to get wavy. Bitch, stroke it and throw it uncontrollable. Living life on like God cheat code. Everybody get down when the beat go. Hey, yo, Nada, you know this fucking beat code. I look around, everybody be gawking. New kid looking town, my style be flawless. Don't be jealous, cause I'm shining more than y'all is. Hold up, I hear the money talking.
Let the money talk, follow dollar signs. Let the money talk, it's all about design. Let the money talk, be about the grind. Let the money talk, it's our time to shine. Let the money talk, follow dollar signs. Let the money talk, it's all about design. Let the money talk, be about the grind. Let the money talk, it's our time to shine. Let the money talk. 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 Let the money talk about the dollar signs. Let the money talk, it's all about design. Let the money talk, be about the grind. Let the money talk, it's our time to shine. Let the money talk about the dollar signs. Let the money talk, it's all about design. Let the money talk, be about the grind. Let the money talk, it's our time to shine.
Dude.
What up? How you doing?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Oh, not too bad. You have a good Valentine's Day?
I'm here with you.
Hell
I'm having a great Valentine's Day, man.
yeah.
I got out of work early today. I got my car registered. Like, all my responsibilities, my insurance is paid for. Like,
You get a new car?
no, just, my
Just
birthday was
re-registered.
not that long ago. So, and I've been driving around this like nice ass rental, and it's time to bring it back tomorrow. So, time to get the old beater back in motion.
For sure. So how did your career take off?
I don't think it's taken off yet. Like,
Well, you're known out there, so like,
huh?
you're known out there. You know what I mean? So
I try. I mean, there's not a lot of loud, pink-haired, short chicks with like Lil Man syndrome running around, I guess. So kind of people remember me a little bit.
for sure.
Nah, I don't know. I guess I found my place for the first time in my entire life. I guess I'd say I found my place. So I don't know. I've got the best family you could ask for. Like, and I mean family as in our sense of family.
Yeah,
The
for
team
sure.
the team is supportive. Like they're the best. I know tonight Andy's gonna be over there, Juggalo Day. So real excited for him. You know, I wish I could be there to support him and Trey Pound.
Him and Bam doing a set together, or is it just?
I think it's just Andy. I'm not 100% sure. I didn't man, this like last couple weeks I've been working like 14-hour days in a train yard, so like my I'm trying to keep tabs on like what everybody's doing, and I think it's just Andy, but he went with a van full of people so Bam could be there. I really am not I'm not 100%, but I know that Fury and Trey Pound are there for sure, and they just dropped a song or a video. So like, yeah, everybody should check that out.
What up, Zitro?
Oh, Big Sherman Ice Giant. Yeah, I thought it was with somebody. I wasn't really quite sure.
Right.
But like I said,
Bam for some reason, but
well, because they have that project.
Yeah.
Huh?
I'm thinking that new album they're dropping.
Oh yeah. Everybody's pretty excited about that one.
Yeah.
That's like, I love it. I love it when artists, especially though, like, people you really want to see team up, like you see them do a couple songs together and you're like, God, they're so good together, and I just want to see them do more. Those are like, Bam brings out. Yeah, they do really well together, and just Acid Cult team in general, man. We're just blessed. Yeah, we're so blessed, man. We got Cartoon and Enoch. They do a lot for all of us. We're always connecting each other with whatever we need. Like Bam and Lexi helped me get my like beginning of my merch going and helped me with logos and all that. Zitro with graphics. Cartoon and Enoch got art people, like, so we're all kind of giving each other support. It's crazy because like I knew them really, from shows, and we met at like Trapped in the Hills and stuff officially. And then I don't know, you just when you meet people, like you vibe with them, and they were the guys. Like, I love those guys. And their women are amazing. Like, and I appreciate them too, because they're a huge part that you don't even realize they're doing all kinds of stuff behind the scenes for the guys. They made me bracelets and like bought me a birthday present. Like, they're the sweetest. So I gotta meet up with them pretty soon here, because it was just Melissa's birthday. So happy birthday, Melissa. I love you. She's watching. But yeah.
Why'd you pick the name Nada for your artist name?
Well, it was given to me kind of because it could mean whatever. Okay, so mainly people are gonna assume it means nothing. Like Andy likes to say, "Oh, it's nothing." He makes fun of me for my name because he's like, "You got so much, going," and he's like, "But your name means nothing." And I was like, so there's two sides of it. It's like a nada is like a, I think, Sanskrit term for like the music of the cosmos. And I don't know, I used to kind of go by this like mantra, for a long time now. I am everything, I am nothing, I'm the master, I'm the servant, which means like, either way, you've got to start from nothing to become something, and vice versa. You could always become nothing again. Like, and even the cycle of life, you cycle into something and then back into nothing, and then you feed the earth and etc. Whatever. So there's like a huge deep meaning behind it. But basically, like, even my tattoos, my sleeve even represents like the circle of life. So it's like a huge, I don't know, huge spiritual thing for me, I guess you could say.
I get what you're saying. Like, we believe like you give yourself back to the universe when you die and stuff. So, and you help people, whatever's next.
Yeah. A lot of people let religion, like, this is something like, no offense to anybody who's religious. Like, I get everything, every religion has, a thing. But realistically, if you scale back and you look at the bigger picture, I can appreciate everything, along like the religious aspect because they all are parts of a puzzle piece that fits together to create the bigger picture. Um, if they saw the unity in it, I feel like, I don't want to get too religious because it's you don't talk about those things, but I love everybody. So
Right.
whatever
Love
religion you
everybody
are, it
the
don't make
same,
a
hate
difference.
everybody the same.
Huh?
Love everybody the same, hate everybody the same.
Exactly. Yeah, I feel that.
What up, TZ? What up, Swill?
I don't know. I guess I couldn't really like talk about, what my name means without getting into like that bigger picture concept because um I don't know, just certain things throughout my life. Like I probably shouldn't be sitting here talking to you right now. But but like I've worked, to not be what I was always told I was gonna be. So
For sure.
yeah, I don't know. Odds against me, I guess, which is fine. I love that. I love like defying them. That's just my thing. So
For sure. What made you want to get into music?
so I come from a long line of musicians. It's just kind of in my blood. My dad's a heavy metal rocker. My mom's a heavy metal rocker, and she's also a juggalo. That's kind of where I kind of grew up into it. I heard The Great Malenko was like the first album I think she played, or I think that was probably the first ICP album I ever heard was because of my mom. So
Oh yeah.
um
What
what
song was it?
um which one? I don't well, she likes her favorite song. I got a video of her on my timeline and she always used to play the If I Was a Serial Killer. It was like her jam. But that's not on Malenko, is it?
No, that's Tempest. Is it the Tempest?
Is it? Is it that far down the line?
I think so.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I just know that's her favorite, and I got a video of her with like a face mask on and her gardening boots with a big ass shovel with her foot on it, and she's singing it.
Oh, yeah.
And she's her favorite part of the song is I put all my victims' heads in nasty gas stations, so I live, and I'm pretty sure that's the one I got of her. But that was probably I would say her favorite. I don't know, Ma. All right, she's not in there. She said she was gonna watch. Oh, what a butthead.
So,
But yeah.
she
Hmm?
started young, like in the juggalo kind of culture. Young, would you
Oh
say your mom?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. My mom was she was into that stuff. I think one of her friends was playing guitar for them a long time ago. I'm not really sure um for what, but it was when they had the band. I don't know. She was really heavy into uh-oh. Why are you gonna do this to me now? Oh, she's in here. No, I'm surprised that video of her didn't go viral, to be honest, because that I mean, I watch it 3, 4 times in a row and I just can't stop laughing.
um, what was it that stood out to you, like once you first experienced like the juggalo culture? What stood out to you? Like, what grabbed a hold of you about the whole movement?
So I was 16 years old and ICP came out with Twisted to the Orbit Room in Grand Rapids. And it was like the first concert that I ever bought a ticket for. It was the first concert that like me and my friends we had to go. And so 1 second. So we get there and I'm up in the front, you know, and I remember like a crowd surfer came and like kicked me in the back of the head and busted my head on the like the, the coping, I think the like, you know, the, I don't know, it's the top of the rail where you're, you know, you're stopped from the crowd.
For
Like I
sure.
was up front and just blood all over me. And like I kind of flew back and everybody that was around me like made sure that I was okay. They like took me out and they were like, yo, like you're bleeding, like are you good? They made sure I had a water, they cleaned me up, and then they like got me back up and took me back to the spot that I was in the front. And that day I remember I was like shocked because I'm like, I've been to punk shows, like, you know, I've been to metal shows, and it's like you get down and in their crowds, like in their pits and stuff, you're stomped, you're trampled, you're going to the hospital, you know, but like to have, and then the family chant got me that day because I was like, man, like they stole my heart that day. And I'll never forget it. It was one of the first like real big concert experiences I had. And to actually see ICP and Twisted together, knowing like what's all going on now, like I'm blessed that I had that
Grateful,
experience, you know?
for sure. I'm glad I got to see Lotus at the gathering quite a few times. So.
Yeah, it's sad. I wish that they could all get along. You know, I'd love to see a show with them all together again.
Yeah, it needs to happen, but who knows?
You know how it is. Maybe one day we can all be hopeful, right? Like that day, I hope I see it. So, because seeing them all together, like one of the best nights of my life, I swear.
Right. When did you have you've done what? What was your first tour?
My first tour, so I did like a lot of rock and metal and stuff. And I've been like, you know, around in the state area, maybe, you know, southern Michigan and stuff. But actually once I started doing songs with Bakelo and like, you know, Non Grata and stuff, I went on a tour with like, well, I didn't, it was like I joined the tour for a few days. And we went out to like New Hampshire and excuse me, and did lethal weekends with Fury. And then we had like Shaggy and Ouija Mac there and all that stuff. And it was before I was like really a solo artist. So touring actually was done before I was officially Nada, if that makes any sense. Well, I was like Nada, but I was not Nada, you know, here I am. Yeah. Yeah.
Gold City might have to order another album because you don't want to open this one since you signed the wrapping.
One of these. Oh yeah. I'll send you one. I got some extras. Rue! Is that the Rue?
No, different Rue.
A different Rue? Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Yeah, you gotta manifest that into existence.
Yeah, well, we do this, you know, by just speaking it into existence, and maybe they'll listen one day, you know.
D, you can jump in here, bro. Was waiting for you for a little bit. What's the best advice you took when you first started out trying to do this thing on a regular basis?
It was man, there were so many pieces of good advice I got. You know, just be you was probably like, you know, don't be afraid to be yourself. I mean, that's like anybody's advice, but it's true. Because you know, there's only one of you. You know, why try to be like everybody else? Just be you. You know, the originality of it in music is just be you. But probably the best advice I've ever gotten, like from like another artist. Bayclow's full of good advice. I will say that. I know. He kind of told me, like I told him, I was like, I really want to go on tour. I really want to do this, or I really want to, do these shows or whatever. And he was like, so make it possible for you to do them. And I looked at him, I was like, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's like, find a way. He's like, find a way to make it to where it's easy for you to do those things, and like find a way for you to be valuable, or do something. And I was like, well, what could I do? And I was thinking of this to myself. I was like, well, what could I do that would be valuable? So I got it in my head that, like, I like being in the car, I like driving, so maybe I could drive professionally. And I did. I actually don't anymore. I just actually said goodbye to my crew over at my driving job recently. But I was going because I didn't know really like how to make it happen. But one of my friends actually drove for this company, and he was like, hey, I do this. And it just kind of presented itself at the right time. And it kind of clicked. I was like, well, I could drive, and that would be like a good, something to have on my resume if I wanted to be like a tour driver or something, trying to make myself valuable, like learn a different skill. But I've never driven long distances, so I didn't really know how that would be. But at the same time, one of the biggest hurdles as an artist is getting transportation, or like getting to shows out of state. So if you want to make an out of state show happen, if they're not offering you travel per se, like, but they're offering you hotel or something or whatever, if they're not offering you anything and you want to get there just because you want to get your name out there, how can you as a, working adult do, with a family, make this happen? And that job presented itself, and the money that was to be made was great. And actually, on like all the shows I've been to in the last 2 years that are out of state, I got paid to go to them. So like as I was on my way out there, I was doing deliveries for my company and like dropping them off or having a delivery in the area. And I'd go to the show when I'd be staying the night in the area, and I'd perform, and then I'd leave and I'd go to another state, and then maybe I'd go to another show. So I'd make my way over there, and so it actually made it profitable for me to be on the road. So that was kind of cool. So I was popping up in Texas. I was popping up over in, New Mexico and Arizona, and like, going to Colorado and places that are like super far from here. It's pretty expensive to travel, solo too. So
What's the,
go ahead.
what was the wildest shit that happened on that tour? Was there anything crazy that happened?
Which one? Oh, on the tour with like Shaggy and like Ouija and the Lethal
Your
Weekend?
first tour.
Oh yeah, that one.
Or
DJ
what
Clay was
yeah,
shooting.
Go ahead.
DJ Clay was shooting his like I think his documentary or something. I don't know what he was doing with it. He was shooting like a show or something, and yeah, at the time he was having like videos follow him and videographers following him and stuff. And he was doing it while we were backstage before he went on. I braided his hair that night, and we were just all hanging out. And I was so nervous because like I got Ouija Mac, I got Shaggy Too Dope, I got DJ Clay, and I'm like braiding his hair. I'm freaking out because I'm just like, don't be dumb, like don't say anything stupid.
Don't be ridiculous.
Yeah, but I'm like at that point, I was barely even like a solo, like I said, barely even a solo artist at that time. Like I had, maybe 1 or 2 songs out at the time, and it was just like I was fresh, I was brand new, and I just didn't know how I was sitting there with these legends, Both, yeah.
Do you remember
Crazy.
that first conversation you had with them?
I think I was teasing Clay. I don't know. I love Clay. He's like he's really close with Bake and Zitro and Histio and all them. So like he's been around a lot. So he's like kind of like brotherly. So I was just playing with him, pretty much. And he was, talking back, and it was just cool. They were doing their own thing, getting ready to perform and stuff. And yeah, I don't know. We were just all joking around, shooting the shit. It wasn't anything like that stuck out to me. It was just like I was trying not to be an idiot. So, oh, my mom said something. What in an ABK song? Oh, I did the song with ABK. We smoking. Yeah, I was on his hook. It wasn't like a feature or anything. He just needed somebody for the hook. So I was like, I'll do it.
Is there anybody that you want to collab with?
Ooh,
Like,
there's a lot of people I want to collab with. I love
what's your
collabs.
like top 5 and not any specific order?
Not any specific word. I want to collab with Insane Poetry. Like that may or may not happen. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm like dying to do it. Like he said something about it at Gorefest, or was it Gorefest or was it Jaeger? It might have been Jaeger Slam. But he said something about it, and I was like, "Can we do this? I'm down." But I don't know what's. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
he's a good dude.
I love him, man. He's every time like I see him, he's just full of such good energy. I just love being around him and just love listening to him and Scum talk. And yeah, but I probably want to do one with Smalls One. That would be like, I love her. She's great. Like the last album that she dropped, like when she performed it at Jaeger Slam, I was like, dang, like she's great. I would love to do a song with her. Who else? I want to do a song with Trey Pound just because like he's produced such great, like my album pretty much was him and Zitro, but more like I think it was more like engineered and mixed by Trey. I don't know. Zitro did a couple songs and then he kind of put like made sure it all like aligned up. But those two are my favorite. So like I want to do another song with Zitro for sure. For sure, for sure. And then my wild card. I know I want to do I want to do one with each of the Acid Cult family, you know? So I got that one that I just did with Andy and I got a Zitro on that one. Did you guys hear BFU 2?
Yeah.
Did you guys hear BFU 1 with Bam and Zitro and Andy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a recent fan, but I'm a cheerleader now. And I keep, every time I see any of y'all from Acid Cult, I'm like, y'all need to do Acid Cult ciphers. Y'all need to get like the whole crew together, super groups. So I'm like hoping to see that come to fruition if I say it enough.
Yeah, we're talking about a lot of stuff with, you know, we're open to whatever. I know that me and Cartoon were talking. So, I mean, like, I want to do at least a song with everybody that's repping the cult, you know? So I think that would be my 5th, like, because that's a big one, you know, that's all of the guys. And it's kind of cool because, you know, there's so many versatile artists. So it's like, you know, the potential for like some crazy stuff can happen. I'm excited, especially with
you say like Snow the Product.
What's that?
I keep pushing that one too. Every time I see Nada in a chat or somewhere, I'm like, I heard Snow the Product would kill some shit if that were ever to happen. I personally feel like you, with your singing and your lyrical capability and the different beats you can rock, you two would go so well together. Like, it would be nuts.
Hell yeah,
that would do it. Too. That'd be fresh too.
Down. But nah, I'm totally open to that too. I mean, Snow's a legend to me. I mean, she started like one way and then what's that?
Chris Calico and you, like that would be another amazing. I think y'all have the capability together where it would mash well. Like
Chris Calico can make anything work. He's
I don't know.
Super talented too.
I wonder if sky was the limit and I could do a song with anybody, like no matter who, like they couldn't say no. Method Man.
That'd be good.
Method Man. All day.
Put it on a dream board. I think you could achieve it. Like you're newer in the game, but with your skills and everything I've heard so far from you, like I think you can achieve it. You just don't when people ask you in an interview like, what are the 5 people you want, and then hit all juggalo. What are your 5 dreams? Like, you know what I mean? The more you speak it, the more it's gonna happen. And the way I see like you and the rest of the acid cult people grinding, like I know it's not a label, but y'all have the potential of the longevity of like the LSP. You know what I mean? How dope would that be if
Yeah.
like all of y'all had a stage set for like an hour and a half or something? You know what I mean? Like I think there's potential in it with all the artists I see coming that are repping the acid cult.
Hell
Like,
yeah. And like I said, every single one of them's unique too. They got their own sound, they got their own vibe, they got their own like brand pretty much. And signature. It's like undeniable. So everybody's kind of like, I don't know, it's the family I've been looking for. You know what I mean? So like I said, we're blessed, so blessed.
Go ahead, D. I'm gonna look up a song quick.
What are you looking up?
Hello? Can you hear me?
He just went mute. He like muted. D, you're muted.
oh yeah, I know I muted it. I didn't know what was going on. My bad. I'm late. I missed the first 2 minutes. I don't know. I'm newer. I just found you through Replicon. We were both in a stream talking and hanging out, and then I peeped your music and that whole Bout It album that dropped, and went back and listened to some of the older stuff, and instant fan. Like some of your songs, just the vibe, got some goosebumps. The pipes on you, you can sing so well, like and rap well. So I was just instantly like, I fuck with this. This reminds me of when I was first hearing Snow the Product when it was still mixtapes. And I'm like, oh, Nada's gonna go somewhere. Like if you're sleeping on Nada, find Nada, because like you got a whole vibe, a whole swag, and I could see the potential. So I was instant fan. Same thing. Like I never heard AZ until he came out to Florida on a tour with Scum and Lex the Hexmaster. And I met him, cool dude, seen him perform. I'm like, this dude's gonna go far. Like he's gonna kill it too. Like just peeping him and talking to him over the last few years. And everybody so far I've met from Acid Cult, like y'all got a whole thing. I think if y'all could pull together like some ciphers these days, y'all could do videos without being in the same place and do your all pull apart, make a video, make a cuts, and then and make a cipher. Like that would be lit. And if y'all got
Yeah.
like some group projects going together, like I think y'all like as a whole would be a powerhouse. But like just you solo, like I think you can hit the limit you want to reach if you really just like keep doing it and then keep speaking about it, and eventually it'll just happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We've been talking about doing some stuff. I know Big Sherm's got something cultivating right now. I can't say much about it because it's his surprise, but you got to watch that guy. He's doing stuff, you know. So yeah, I don't know. We got some things. We're talking about it. I really want to talk them into an acid cult tour. Like that would be ideal. I'd love to do that if we could. And kind of do like a switch,
That'd be
like
dope.
on and off. I know we'd rotate people because not everybody could go out at the same time, probably. So we're all like, you know, doing the family thing and everything too. So it would be nice to kind of have a little, you know, stint where we go like a month and kind of go out different places, different acid cult members.
I think if y'all were to set up an annual event that's outside of when all the other events fall, that could do something. Where, you know, how Lights Out started, how everything else has started. I think if y'all really grind together and y'all were to do like start off a 1-day event and then maybe turn it into a 2, y'all have enough artists for it. I think it could like turn like actually be a thing. And your security in the chat, NAXI, said most of y'all are in the same state. Like y'all could do it if you gap it out from the rest of the festivals so people will actually come and attend. I think it's very possible.
I'll bring it up to them for sure. I mean, like we talk about stuff all the time, like what, how are we gonna further like each other and stuff and like what we're doing, and everybody's kind of active. I'm kind of taking a break, kind of slowing down right now because it's so damn cold outside.
So besides the Juggalo stuff, like who were your other artists that influenced you, like from your youth to into the Juggalo lifestyle? Because I see the singing capabilities and the different styles in your music, so I'm just curious what other influence besides just the Juggalo world plays a part in your
Everything. So my parents, like I said, my whole family is involved in music. My brother's a musician. My grandpa was a musician. My dad's a musician. Like we're all musicians. So like we just kind of all really kind of have an eclectic music taste. But I think that one of the biggest influences in like why I even sing is probably Motown. I've always loved it. It's kind of like the heartbeat of Detroit too. I don't know. It's just always been something I've respected and like admired and kind of had a soft spot for, like since I've been a little itty bitty.
some Al
That's what I
Green?
meant. Oh yeah, no, like the Spinners, the Temptations, Aretha Franklin, um, what is it? The Supremes, Diana Ross, like the Jackson Five.
all,
Um,
all the claps.
oh yeah, and the Chevelles, like or I think it's the Chevelles. I don't know. They were all named after cars and stuff. It was Motor City. Like who wouldn't name their girl group after cars? But yeah, so that really kind of was a big mold in my life. Grunge hit me hard. Nirvana. Um, what else? My first CD ever was no doubt Tragic Kingdom. It was like my first like female vocalist that I was like, oh, I love her, you know. And then it was all kinds of R&B from there. A lot of people say they hear Mary J. Blige, and that was like one of my favorite vocalists growing up, and Toni Braxton, because she had that really deep, beautiful
Oh yeah.
voice, you know. It wasn't bad enough for me. It was like Cher and stuff. Yeah, I loved it. It was great. I know I'm probably embarrassing myself, but I can't go that low. But my
I mean,
great grandmother was, I guess, she was a contralto, so she was like the lower of the lows. So
I
that's
mean,
kind of interesting.
you're not embarrassing yourself. I've listened to a lot of the same things, even if I won't tell people. Like my dirty secret I tell people is like Adele. The way she sings, the pipes on her, like I love hearing random songs. If I'm depressed as shit, then I'm like, I'm putting some Adele on for a minute and be depressed, and then I'm gonna move on and put on something about killing, because then I'll feel good again.
Yeah, I liked 90s Mariah Carey. That's kind of like my guilty pleasure. So, when I was
Painted
little.
every girl.
Hmm?
Painted every girl.
I get maybe, I don't know, but then
I don't think
she
I've ever
started
met
that
a
thing.
girl that don't like Mariah Carey.
I don't know. I think she kind of went down a
And
weird. Hmm?
Anne in the chat says you kill Megadeth, so you're into some rock and some. I heard you talking about punk too, like punk shows and stuff too.
Oh yeah, Bad Cop. Bad Cop's my favorite punk band, probably. And my brother showed me those guys, or those girls, or whatever they are. I don't know. They're like
Are you gonna maybe
Hmm?
think about? Will you ever like probably experiment with that, branch out with some punkish or
Oh
metalish
yeah, of
vibe?
course. I've done the whole. I was in a whole metal band.
Oh, I didn't know that. Really?
Yeah, yeah, I did some stuff. It's some of my stuff is on Spotify still, Sucker It Down. But I started with the band Desolation Alley, and that was kind of like where the first time I'd ever performed outside of a studio. Excuse me. First time I ever performed outside of a studio. And I've always kind of been a little bit more like my core is kind of a little bit more punk than anything. So anything that I've written on the guitar has always been very poppy and snappy, like punk snappy. But I've done some harder metal, and that stuff was pretty like a something I had to do. I wanted to do, and I knew I could do, so I did it, and then I was kind of like, okay, I'm done.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but it's out there. I mean, Suffer It Down. If you like hard, like metal, check it out. It's dope.
I,
Um, hmm?
what was the name of it again? You said it's on Spotify?
Suffer It Down. Like Suffer It Down. Yeah, that was something we used to say in high school. Huh?
I'll definitely check that out.
Yeah, we played one show together and it was like COVID, and then, I kind of started realizing that I could do a little bit more if I just went solo, because I didn't have like a group of 5+ musicians that have to be, on board for one show. It was just getting to the point where like nobody could get synced up. So if I wanted to continue doing music, I had to, either do it myself or I don't know, just deal with the fact that we're never available at the same time. This is
I
hard.
mean, honestly, it's hard. Like with I got friends in metal bands. I grew up in Jacksonville. It was a big local show scene. I was all into the punk and the metal scene growing up, and to any other hip hop show that would come through. But like that's what makes the like being in a band hard to actually explode. And all it takes is the one to make you explode. But I've seen bands that are together for 10, 20 years and they might get only a couple hundred at a local show. You know what I mean? And it's
Mhm.
harder to put out more music and to actually, like you said, have everybody in one place to record at a time or do this and do that. And it's not,
Yeah.
it makes sense to go solo because these days you could pretty much do most of it on your own.
Yeah, that's pretty much what inspired the whole transition into solo artistry for me. And then I figured like I don't have anybody else's, opinion to worry about when it comes to like if I want to do something, that's a little bit more like metal, I can do it. If I want to do something that's a little bit more um rap, I can do it. If I want to whatever I want to do, I don't have to check with anybody. I don't have to be like, hey, how do you feel about this direction? We don't have to have a huge, discussion as a group. It just, it's, I hate to say it, like it's a lot easier.
I was also listening to somebody break it down, like as an artist, like if you're a solo, you get the full. You're a duo, you split it 50-50. You're in a band, you're playing shows splitting it 5 ways. Too. There's
Absolutely.
that aspect of it. So like
Hmm.
to me, it only makes sense. And just so far, everything I've listened to from you, like I'm gonna definitely listen to this rock shit after the podcast ends while I'm playing Call of Duty, killing people, because I love heavy shit. So I'm gonna like, but your potential as an artist, like I could see you eventually doing shit with like Tech 9 and like the bigger names, like. So your branch off's a smart move. I think if you just keep pumping out the different music, like I would not be surprised to see you with like every favorite big artist I've ever listened to, just because of, like I said, your singing capabilities along with your bars and the way you rap. Like I think you could. I think I'm going to see you go far in my future. So, and I think
Aw,
the
thanks.
whole as a whole will be like the next LSP for the next generation for the younger people. So I think y'all really just y'all have something real special going on with all the different people involved, and I'm excited for your next project. And you played Jaeger Slam how many
Yeah.
times now? Just
Um,
one,
Twice. This would
twice?
be the second time. I was scheduled to perform last year, I think, but was it might not have been the last year, might have been the year before. I'm kind of off on years right now. 2025 hasn't happened yet. So okay. Yeah, so I was supposed to be at 2023 and I wasn't able to make it that year. So I wasn't there then, but I was there at the first one.
So how's playing? How was playing that event? Because that's a pretty decent size event with lots of artists there.
Oh my goodness. So every year it gets bigger and bigger. And I think Andy and Jaeger World Order have solidified Carl's to be the home, I think is what I've heard. I'm not 100%, but this time is a blast. Don't even I couldn't even tell you how awesome it was. You just had to be there, and just being able to like, you know, hang out with the fam and stuff that way and everybody be together. It's like close quarters, so you're just in it, you know, together. And we had a great time. And just, you know, seeing a bunch of people you don't get to see very often and all of us being in the same place, and you know, it's just a awesome vibe of, you know, I think oh my god, where's the lineup? I got it somewhere in here. Hold on.
Yeah, it was a nuts for a lineup. I was like, damn, I wish I could go up there, but from Florida, that's way far. The gathering's like my limits right now, financially once a year.
Yeah, no, I feel that. But that, I mean, like that is the other good thing of the year too. It's like I have certain shows that I go to. Like I'll always go to Gorefest. I'll always go to Jaeger Slam. I'll always go to the Gathering. You know, I'll always go to Trapped in the Hills as long as Auntie keeps doing it. That was amazing. That's where I met Cartoon and Enoch for like in person for the first time. That was great. I got to.
Have you gone to Astro or Camp Exul yet?
No, but Andy went to Camp Zool this year. I always wind up missing that one. I gotta go to the float too. I hear the float's really, really dope. So I'm gonna try to line it up to where I can start hitting these other ones too and seeing, you know, the fam a little bit more often.
I heard the float's chill as fuck.
That's what I heard too. I heard everybody had a good time this year. So I heard it's a good time every year. And it keeps getting better and better as the years progress too.
We'll see. Maybe this year the gathering and the float are spaced out far enough. Maybe if I can financially swing that one, that would be dope. Every year somebody's like, you should come to the float. You should come to the float.
Same. Bunch of people told me last year. And it was like, what was funny about last year is I was gonna stop by the float. And I almost did because I was driving through Arkansas. It just so happened I was coming up straight through Arkansas. I could have made the pit stop, but I was like, time is money. I need money. Like, so I just kept going. I had to keep going because I had a schedule to meet and a deadline. Transport stuff, and just I could have pushed it out, but I was like, I don't really want to because I would lose out on like a few $100s as opposed to like, you know, making a few $100s.
How many gatherings have you been to?
Last year was the first gathering for me. The first one.
Gathered?
What?
Your mom gathered?
I'm not sure. I never asked her that before. She was kind of like worried about me, but she knows. I was with Trey Pound most of the gathering, and we roomed together. So I know we were all supposed to meet Holly, him, and a couple other artists, and kind of all hoteled up. And we're supposed to, but yeah, wound up being just me and Trey Pound at first, and I was so scared because it was my first gathering, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna stick with you. Is that okay? Because like I'm really shy. When you get me into like huge crowds like that, like I start getting anxiety. And I'm like, I just need to know that I'll be okay. And if as long as I know like I at least have one friend with me, I'm good. But yeah, he took one for the team last year. He like chaperoned me my whole gathering. So
that's dope.
Big props to Trey for that one.
Yeah, there's a lot of newer gatherers. Like I just started gathering dreams with my first one. I could never stay sober or keep a driver's license or do anything to get out of Florida to go up there. And it was crazy how respectful everybody was to like when they offer me shit. Like, nah, I'm in recovery, da 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 da. Like, I wasn't expecting that, and that alone made me fall in love with the gathering because I was like, every ninja here is like super respectful about shit like that, and I was very surprised because I've grew up watching like every seminar and gathering footage a year after year, and always dreaming of going and never made it until the Gathering of Dreams. And right there, I was like, I can't miss another one like the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And
I was supposed to go the two, like the prior two gatherings, but every single time something came up, like right before I was supposed to leave, and then it was like I can't go. So I know that the third time I was like, this is like the third time. This is the third try. After this, I'm just gonna like, I don't know. And I had a feeling like I was so scared that something was gonna pop up again. But I was like, no matter what, this time I'm going. Like I don't care. I don't care what happens. The world could burn around me. I'm going this year. So I made it happen.
Yeah, that's
It was-
that was how it was for me. I just bought the house, me and the wife, to move the kids and the parents, everything in, and they weren't coming home for a month. And I did a bunch of work to the house. And then right when they were moving in, I was like, I'm off for 2 weeks. I'm going to the gathering no matter what this year. Like, so that was like amazing experience. I don't know. Something so magical about it. I like finally felt at home for once in life, you know, at peace. I don't know if it was the same way with you, but I was like,
Absolutely.
I'm finally in a sea of like-minded people, you know, to some degree.
And I got lucky because I guess they said last year was like one of the better years in the last few years, that it was like everything was just. Did you see that Stormtrooper, or not Stormtrooper band, the Star Wars band over at Second Stage?
I was working last year, so I did not get to see them. I pretty much only got to catch like Luigi and ICP and Smalls one and like late night stuff. Because I was busy working most of the time and then doing the juggalos and recovery stuff. So,
did you see the King Gordy set?
No, I was.
No,
working.
you missed that one. I had to run all the way to the ship because like Acid Cult was like all over the ship. Like all over the ship, the whole gathering. Everybody just like, they had so many sets of like all of everybody. It was crazy. And then we opened day one with Rocks TV All Stars. That's what so I was everywhere at the gathering. I was trying to like have an equal experience of all three stages. And it's tough. It's really tough.
My first year, I saw every event I always wanted to see live, and I seen everything I could because my first year I didn't work. The last 2 years I worked at the gathering, so that limited what I could do. But I was more like the lineups. There was some good lineups. There was some stuff I wanted to see. I got to catch some of it, and then the rest of the time was just working, kicking it with the homies, and doing the juggalos and recovery stuff. But definitely the first year I was bouncing everywhere, and there was no way I could catch everything I wanted to see. I had to pick and choose.
Like, yeah.
Imagine what it was like in Cave and Rock, dude. It was horrible. You had to fucking pick and choose all the way through your week.
I would like to see you perform at the gathering. I would like to see, like I said, the whole Acid Cult. If y'all could get a freaking stage set, like, for a couple hours like that, that would be amazing.
I don't know. Talk to well, Bam's here because I can see him. I don't know if Cartoon and Enoch are here or what. I know, shoot, Zitro wouldn't mind jumping on a couple sets. How many was he on last year? Like, I think he said something about like 5 or 6.
5, I think it was, yeah.
Oh, thanks, Rue. Yeah, I want to do the gathering. I want my own set at the gathering. I was supposed to do like a split set with somebody last year, but it didn't wind up working out. And then I had the Rocks TV All-Star performance where I did like a track, and then my Zitro song that we started the podcast with. We did that song, and I did another song, and I was like, I think I did another song, maybe not. Oh, I think I did. Yeah, I did Keep It Real. And I think that was it. He said 6 sets. I knew he was on like, yeah, he was running around like crazy. I was like, dang, I thought you like to enjoy your gathering.
Like, there ain't no gathering fucking on every stage at every minute.
No, but
just wait. Your time's coming, Nada. You're gonna have one of them years where you're bounced all over the place. Just, I can see it. I can see it.
Well, I'm gonna submit this year, so hopefully, I don't know, you guys. If you want to see me at the gathering, you know. When I submit, just be like, Nada for the gathering. however they do that. Sometimes they listen. I see people, you know, showing up, but I know it's the Gathering of Legends. I'm kind of feeling like, do I even bother this year?
Um, I have high hopes just for the names. Like the legends are us because we're what keeps it alive. But I have high hopes because if you look through 24 years of lineups, there's so many legendary horrorcore artists and bands that have been through. If they could make one of the craziest lineups ever with all those different past artists, I'm just saying.
Yeah,
And y'all
it's
were
just
talking earlier. Oh, we could wish. If they pulled a sorry, I'm not, sorry we tricked you, and some shit pops off, I would lose my fucking lid, bro. I would.
yeah,
I would. But I don't see it happening. But I would. I think any juggalo that's been to it like me for 20 something years, like, you would lose your mind, bro. Like surprise rider set or
I'd probably
something.
cry. That would be the first time I would probably cry for over
um,
music.
I've never seen any of the super
that
groups
would,
live because I'm a newer gatherer.
No?
And yeah. I mean,
yeah,
It will be my 12th gathering.
I seen White Lotus and Riders Light on Certified Psychos Tour too, and that was pretty dope. But it wasn't, it's not the same. It's not.
yeah. Be nice to see a lot of different combinations too. So we'll see what happens. They'll shock and awe. You know, they never disappoint as far as like,
No.
you know, I mean, they're gonna make something legendary. I know that they have been planning this since before the last gathering. I heard that they've been like really, really putting some stuff aside for this specific one. So I think it's gonna be pretty epic. And last year's was, I feel like their entire set was amazing. It was like, whoa. I don't
Last
know.
year too, like weed was just legalized in Ohio, and it was like the chillest vibe out of the past few years of gatherings I've been. It was the calmest. There wasn't a bunch of ODs and crazy shit going on and fights all over the place, and it was
The
like
crazy shit that was
stoner
going on
vibes
was
last year.
horrible.
Yeah, there was a
The
lot of
stoner
love
vibes.
going around last year.
Shit. Fuck that, dude.
Yeah, last year was all love. Especially during Bam Bam set. We all
That was dope. I was front middle row. I was like, what the fuck? Where's everybody going?
yeah, we all recreate that photo with Dope Da Vinci's Judy, and we did that at Gorefest. I don't know if anybody's got that picture still. I don't know where it's at. I don't know who took it, but it was all of us, and we were reenacting like with. It was great. I don't know. I gotta find it. It's somewhere.
How many shows have you played so far over the years? Like guesstimate. A guesstimate.
Ooh. Oh my God.
50, 100.
Like with the band?
No, just as solo. Just a solo.
Oh, solo? Solo?
Yeah.
Oh God. I don't know. Not very many. Probably like 25, 30.
So what was the dopest show, the best experience, like crowd wise and stuff? And what was like the craziest thing you've seen out of performing so far, like at the show that you're performing?
So, oh, man, it's a tough call. So Gorefest is probably like, I don't know, the biggest I'd say, that the biggest crowd I've performed in front of, aside from the gathering. I mean, like I did perform the gathering last year, so I mean, the gathering I'd say is probably, yeah, the gathering was the biggest. I mean, I've seen people that I haven't seen since high school come up to me at the gathering, like, "Oh my God, you're here! You're gonna play!" I'm like, "Yes." So, and then I met a lot of amazing people at the gathering, backstage even before my performance. So, it just all together probably, between all the shows I've done, is probably Gorefest and the gathering every time. So best crowd responses, the best sets I've done. I probably did my best set at Gorefest this past year. So
What's the craziest thing you've seen at one of the places you were performing?
craziest things I've seen. I mean, crazy for us or crazy for like any regular person?
Just for anybody, the wildest thing. Because for us, like what other people think crazy is not too crazy.
Right. I mean, I've seen a lot of buttholes. If you know what I'm saying? Like involuntarily, that's probably like I don't know the craziest stuff. I
I
did.
think last year was the calmest butthole year we've had for a little bit.
Yeah, no, it wasn't so bad, but I mean that's just judging like all throughout the years. I seen. I was at a show and I seen Violent J get into a fight one time. That was kind of wild.
That would
Well,
be
not
pretty
Violent
wild.
J. He didn't really do anything. I don't think he went to go do something, but then he was like, "Nah." What else?
Happy birthday, Zitro.
Happy birthday, Zitro. I don't know. I don't know what the wildest thing I'd have to, that probably was it. You know?
So average. Nothing too crazy yet.
Yeah, none too crazy.
Yet. The average. How many stalkers have you gotten since you became an artist?
You know what? I don't know. That's scary. I'm actually do pretty good to keep it on the DL, my local places and like stuff like that. I've been recognized a couple times, but like low key, nobody really bothers me. So
yeah, it's probably because you got a good vibe. I just know most artists, they always get one obsessed fan, stalkerish type person. Eventually it happens. So
well,
I was just
I don't know.
curious.
I'm pretty. I had one dude I had to be like, hey, listen, I appreciate you always, but you know, there's a point where you're crossing a line and you kind of cross the line. And like he kind of like was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't even realize, or like, you know, he doesn't mean to. So I mean it's not like it's okay, but I'm like I explained to him like, hey, you know, I have to just let him know every once in a while, like, hey, you're being a little extra. Huh?
Bring it down a few notches.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't do it to be like mean. I'm just like, hey, we just got to keep a like a, you know, honest, open line of communication. Like I'm not, you know, I'm not interested in further extracurriculars with you, sir. You know, but I appreciate the sentiment. And he gets it. So we're good.
I'll definitely ask you that again in like 2 to 5 years.
I
guarantee it will happen more.
don't know. People don't really. I don't know if it's because I'm not like approachable or whatever, but yeah, I don't know if I just get a little intimidating or what, but people don't really mess with me like that. Thank God, you know. But it is what it is.
For sure. You cool? Play a song quick. Play a song quick. You cool with that?
I'm cool. What you want to play?
I'm in love with that Bomb song off About It album. Oh my god.
Oh, please don't. Please don't. Please don't.
No.
No, please don't. Ugh. That's part of my life. I left that up there just in case people were upset that I took the song down. What's that?
What other song would you recommend to play?
Whatever else you want other than that one. I apologize. I left, like I said, I left that up there just in case, you know, the people that were upset that I took it off Spotify, they had a place to listen to it.
For sure.
I apologize. I'm so sorry.
No, we're good.
Okay.
About It.
I'm in love with that Bomb.
That's a good one.
Bombs and WTF off About It are like my two favorite ones right at the moment. So those two they're nasty. That's all I'm saying.
Ridiculous. Money shit. And this gangster shit. You ain't about that. Fuck it all away.
These bitches ain't bout it. motherfuckers ain't bout it. Got them all surrounded, yeah, is it your really bout it? These bitches ain't bout it, motherfuckers ain't bout it. It's getting kinda rowdy, cause you know we really bout it. These bitches ain't bout it, motherfuckers ain't bout it. Got them all surrounded, yeah, not a really bout it. These bitches ain't bout it, motherfuckers ain't bout it. It's getting kinda rowdy, cause you know we really bout it. You stay talking shit, you know we come with the truth. And anybody wanna try me, yeah, you know what to do. There's that new school, homie, pouring gas on the roof. I'ma rest real easy, I sleep next to the roof. Other side, I keep my peace, don't make me pop it at you. I tried to keep the peace, you just don't have a clue. I got all the receipts, shit's about to get rude. And you could keep up on the lead, but we all see you do. Yo, I ain't in the mood, ain't with how you move. If you come around my way, then you best be smooth. Fulfill the need to self-soothe, they let a little bitch loose. Call animal control for you and your crew. Hey, I'm about my shit, I ain't got nothing to prove. I'm also in position, ready for you to lose. I know this ain't the outcome that you wanted to choose. So many holes in your story, like the holes in your shoes. Broken motherfucker, you ain't making no moves. Yeah, you corny ass bitches caught the jealousy too. I'm doing all the things I've always wanted to do. So you can talk about me till your face turn blue. I will have my success and use these haters as fuel. You think that I'm impressed, baby, you look like a fool. I'm coming out swinging, didn't expect it so soon. I'm taking all these blows they thought I couldn't consume. These bitches ain't got it, motherfuckers ain't got it. Got them all surrounded, yeah, not a really bought it. These bitches ain't got it, motherfuckers ain't got it. It's getting kinda rowdy, cause you know we really bought it. These bitches ain't got it, motherfuckers ain't got it. Got them all surrounded, yeah, is it your really bought it? These bitches ain't got it, motherfuckers ain't got it. It's getting kinda rowdy, cause you know we really bought it.
Hold up, I'm really about it. A demon from the D, I'm about to catch another body. Truly in my pocket, something like a rocket. Red beam on your head, so stupid, I'ma pop it. D-Rap represent, west side to the death. Fucking with my bread, the nigga, I'm on your head. I don't fuck with fake niggas or bitches, I want them dead. If I don't fuck with you, you know it, I don't pretend. Now I say kill it, now I'm on a mission. Everybody love it when I spit special edition. More to see the fuel with my key in the ignition. So when I get to more than a musician. All that tough talking on the book will get you missing. Get you going find some old man fishing. Detroit man, yeah, bitch, and exclusive. Have you met Nate Rouge? Let's get to introducing. When I say I'm a demon, I play guy like Morgan Freeman. By the end of this verse, if we have beef, there won't be none. Cause I took your soul out your body, gave it freedom. Even got your peoples on your side like, oh yeah, he couple fake bitches sneak dissing like I'm a menace. Erasing so many bodies, yeah, I'm fucking up the senses. Need a bitch gone? You just gotta send us. Ain't no respawn, just death is where they end up.
These bitches ain't bout it, motherfuckers ain't bout it. Got them all surrounded, yeah, is it your really bout it? These bitches ain't bout it, motherfuckers ain't bout it. It's getting kinda rowdy, cause you know we really bout it. These bitches ain't bout it, motherfuckers ain't bout it. Got them all surrounded, yeah, not a really bout it. These bitches ain't bout it, motherfuckers ain't bout it. It's getting kinda rowdy, cause you know we really bout it.
Man, fuck these stupid ass bitches.
Tell them not.
I'm so tired of this shit.
Fuck them all.
Fuck these dumb ass motherfuckers.
Who we talking about?
You know who I'm talking about.
Oh yeah. But they don't know.
They don't know. Not yet anyway.
About to find out.
They gonna fuck around and find out.
Because we bought it.
That just to kick off the album, like that made me fall in love, and then to see the versatility grow throughout hear the versatility throughout the album from track to track. Such a hard intro track though, because after that Replicon radio stream, I got off and then put that on while I was driving home from work, and I was like, oh my god, like I'm fucked up about this shit now. Like this goes the whole from front to back. But the track with Bakelo, the WTF and the Bombs track, just
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they're some of my favorites.
You got something cooking? You got a new drop cooking up? Are you in the kitchen? Are you whipping work?
Of course, I'm always writing. So actually I'm working on the next album. So but that's low key, like not gonna drop for a while. So
okay. So
but I'm gonna
wait. I'll be patiently waiting.
I'm gonna,
that's what I was asking if you had something coming out this year, if you were working, but if it's gonna be a little while, then I'll wait happily.
It's gonna be a tiny little bit, but I might drop teasers through the next few, I don't know what I want to do yet. I know that I'm going to do a freestyle. I've never done that before. So I'm going to do a freestyle type track on this album. I'm just going to town. it's actually turning out pretty sick. I knew this one was going to take a while, so I started working on this one first. So I'm really excited about the direction that it's going, and I'm really, really, really excited for the rest of the tracks that I have planned. So everything's kind of being laid out in concept as we speak, but nothing solid yet, because kind of like any album, kind of you start out with one idea, and by the time you're done, it's completely different, and it means something totally off, like from where I started. So I try to keep an open mind and let the album decide the direction it, wants to go in. But so far, I've kind of like taken what I've learned about this last drop and kind of like where I was with my music and kind of what tracks hit and what tracks didn't. And I'm kind of play off of that a little bit, but kind of throw in some more variety and some different things that I might not have done, on an intro CD drop like this. So yeah, it's going to be a good one.
Hell yeah.
Now,
I mean, what's that?
I know I'm behind on this, but what happened with like the whole HB Grizzly ordeal?
Her and I just kind of, we were both really stressed out, and one day, we just kind of had it out, and it was probably a bad idea to even like, when you get too upset, you should probably take a step back, and both of us probably should have taken a step back. So what we did, instead of admitting that then, was we kind of got into our alpha female stance, because me and her are both very headstrong, very like, I know what I'm doing, and like I know what you're doing because I know what I'm doing, and we just kind of like clash a little bit in that sense. And she's like my polar opposite too, so like at the same time, like we complement each other, we kind of fight like sisters. So right now her and I are kind of in like a limbo phase. Back when her and I kind of got into it, I know I said some things publicly, I know she said some things publicly. And I know that we both are in different places now in life, and kind of look back on that and kind of frown on both of our behaviors in the matter. So I think her and I now are at a growing point where, we're still trying to be respectful to each other, but still trying to deal with, how we hurt each other. So that's kind of what's going on with me and the Grizz right now.
Just trying to like mend that bridge or whatever.
Yeah, I think both of us really want to, but we're both really hesitant because we both were really hurt. I was really hurt by a few things, and she was really hurt by a few things, and kind of, it is what it is. I don't regret what happened. I don't think that I would take it back either. And it wasn't even something that I did. It was something that happened. Like, I would say that it was something that happened to me, but I'm glad it happened. Because I mean, it is what it is. It just brought me to a better place of understanding. So I'm grateful for the experience, and I hope that her and I can make it through that at some point, and, I don't know, be cool, whatever, work together again. I really loved working with her, really respect her as an artist. Everybody always talks about the hug from Jaeger Slam. She was doing one of her songs, and I really love Chronic Flow, so I was kind of like up there singing it, and then she put the mic in my face and I sang it, and I was kind of nervous because I was like, well, I'm not gonna not sing it, because that's my fucking shit. I don't know, can I say that on here?
Yeah, you can say whatever you want.
Oh, so I was like, that's my shit, like I'm not gonna not sing it, and that's, like I love her, I'll always love her, and I looked at her like a sister. So I mean, like, yeah, I get upset with my family, but at the end of the day, like, once I decide you're family for life, even if you are being a bitch, So like at that moment, she dropped it, I dropped it, we hugged, and then, kind of life started happening to both of us. And like, it's not something that we've revisited here in a while. So, I mean, as far as friendships go, like, everybody was kind of relieved, and that meant a lot and showed me a lot. So
For sure. You got anything, D?
I mean, there's tons of questions. We've only joked around before. I'm curious though. So I guess what I was hearing is your mom's part of the family.
Of course.
So you grew up in this life your whole life. So what's your top favorite album at the moment, like ICP album, and your favorite couple songs, even if it's not the same album? Because I know that changes over time. Like at one point in my life was Ringmaster. At one point it was
Yeah.
Hell's Pit. At one point it was, The Tempest. And then one point it was Fearless Fred Fury. It depends on what's hitting me at the moment.
The Tempest, the Tempest, I feel like, is when you're looking at the whole as a whole, it's not everybody's favorite, but like I have an obsession with the song Alley Rat. Like it gets stuck in my freaking head, dude. Like that one is just like I'll be in the grocery store and I'll just gonna start singing.
When that album dropped, I had it in the CD deck on repeat for months on end. I love that album. I don't care what anybody said from front to back. And Alley Rat and Humdrum Boogie and Haunted Ball. Like I was a little street kid in Jacksonville that had connections with everybody, so that I do this song. All the homies are like, "This is your song." You know what I mean? Because you're the dude. Like you do it all. Like you're the crazy guy. And that album was my favorite forever. Still one of my favorites. I can listen to front to back. So I was just don't get enough love. Like, which album was your top right now?
My top
childhood album, getting into the culture, and top album now.
Getting into it was like we talked about Malenko. My mom's favorite. What song was that on? I like the whole
the song that we were talking about earlier.
Was it The Tempest too?
I'm a serial killer. Earlier, wish I was. Right?
Yeah.
I was a serial killer. Yeah.
Yeah. Which one is that on?
Tempest.
That's Tempest.
That's Tempest too.
Yeah.
Really?
If I was a serial killer.
Yeah. That one doesn't get enough love. I swear to God. Yeah, I don't know. I grew up on Malenko and stuff, but that was Ryan. What year did that come out? Like 90? Was it 97? I can't Google. Huh?
Was it 96?
I don't know.
95.
I'm not sure, but that was like when I really started like listening to what my mom listened to around that time. Because she would always play, ICP and like Alice in Chains and stuff. Huh?
1997.
I was right. I don't know how I remembered that, but it was about 7. That was when I was like 7 years old. So, yep. And I was really young, so I didn't know, what it was all about until I got older. And I don't know. My brother, I don't know if he tried out for Sunk Island for drumming. Like he's a drummer. But that was kind of like back then too, where they came out and they're different. But that was like my childhood in a nutshell. So yeah. And then you just made every Android Google Assistant open. Me?
No, the whole question about what year the Malenko dropped.
I was sitting there, I'm like, damn, I can't Google it. Because my phone's up here. So yeah, but I would say the adult years, definitely The Tempest.
For me, that was like the last full good album that I liked of like the darker shit.
What'd you think of Yum Yum Bedlam?
I'm
not too big of a fan of it.
It hasn't spoke on me, but some tracks have grew on me. But it depends on what I got going on in my life. Like when I was in a dark point, that the marvelous missing link lost, that one was hitting. And then I
Yeah.
started a whole spiritual journey and a sobriety journey, and then found was hitting because of the lyrics in some of the songs. So it depends at the time of what what I'm feeling. But the Tempest hands down, and the Ringmaster hands down, and the Jackal Brothers hands down are three of my albums I could play front to back no matter what's going on in life. Those three.
Mhm.
Yeah, the Tempest and back. Anything from the Tempest to the early shit.
I like the early stuff. Ringmaster's good. Carnival of Carnage, of course. But the thing I don't know. I feel like those are all the albums that we cling to as far as like what got you into it. Like all my friends, who's going chicken hunt, but like what about, the other songs that they do and stuff? Like, I don't know. Like my friends back in high school, that was like their major. There was like a few, they would listen to Hocus Pocus, they would listen to Chicken Hunting, and I was like, what about the rest of it? Like,
Mr.
there's so
Johnson's
much
head.
more to it, Hmm?
Mr. Johnson's head.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I kind of had a good friend who was like showing me, his favorite stuff. So kind of like, I feel like I wouldn't have even gave the Tempest a listen if it wasn't for him. But rip, he's not with us anymore.
What's
The
your
Tempest-
number one goal in your music career?
My number one goal. Did you say what was my number one goal?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, what's the one thing that you would love to accomplish by the end of your career?
Accomplish. Ooh, that's a really good question because I focus so much on starting it and like how to get going with it and like how to keep moving. I think because it's changed so much over the years too, because like out the gate rapping, like it was totally different from metal. Like with metal, I wanted to achieve like just I wanted to be what I put on my dad. I can't talk today. I'm sorry. I wanted to be like at my dad's level when he was at his height. And that was kind of like my like measuring factor, but I didn't want to do it like with his name. I wanted to show that like I could do metal too. Like I can do it and I can show him that I can do it and I can show my family that I can do it and I'm good at it and it's whatever. But like with rap it was totally different. You know, without like Snow the Product, I wouldn't have even attempted it, I don't think. So, because like with females, it's in the music industry, it's a lot more difficult for us because there's a lot of like things that are insinuated and things that are, held over our head kind of, which is ridiculous. I didn't get where I am because I was Bake Low's girlfriend or I was, whatever, whoever artist I might have dated or whatever. I got here because I kept working on my craft, like that's something that's really important to me. So, that being said, like that kind of stuff gets said about females. It's not like what they contribute to as art or as, in my case, album wise, like, it's refreshing to me that you guys, listen to the album and you have so many positive things to say about it. I appreciate that so much because, it's not coming from a place of like, anywhere but who I am and like where I've been. And that's kind of like really, all I want to do with my music is affect people and maybe like, be heard as far as, heard and identified with. Cause I know there's people out there that like, I don't know if you caught the message and what the fuck it's like, you're going to have people lying on you, but they ain't shit anyways. Cause they're lying on you to begin with, so they ain't about shit. Like the whole idea behind it is to like give an example and like, in a situation where I've overcome, something, or like I've learned something, and there's little messages and everything like about it. I know it seems like it's like, oh, she's talking about like being about it, but like back when I was growing up, like that was a huge saying, like you ain't about it, if you're about it, then you're gonna throw hands, or if you're about it, then you're gonna, fight these three girls or whatever. But
Don't
or
talk about it, be about it.
what's that?
Don't talk about it, be about it.
Exactly. But like that's stuff I've lived. And
Yeah.
a lot, like I always talk about like the real shit. Um but there's always a purpose with that. Like I want to connect with people through music, and the more people that I can connect with through my music, I feel like all those things that I've faced and all those things that I've been through, they weren't for nothing. Like I didn't get jumped by, six girls in my neighborhood just for the shits and giggles of it or whatever, and have to go back and fight them, and like, so I'd be left alone, because once they did that to you, they kept on doing that to you, so it's like, once a person thinks they're going to kick you, you know, they're going to keep kicking you. So you got to stand up for yourself, and my music's more empowering, I think, than it is like, anything else. And that's all I want for people, is to learn, from, the mistakes of others, not from your own, so I want to make kind of a difference. If I can make a difference with my music, then that's the biggest goal that I think I have right now.
And I think that's what instantly got me hooked to you, though, is that's what I look for. And I think that's the juggalo, that's most of the juggalo culture, is we want the real, raw, authentic stuff. And any good artists, they're raw and authentic. Like look at like where King ISOs went from Brain Sick and Small to going to Tech Nine's label, to where Snowda Product was, to all the features and artists running their own podcast, or Jelly Roll from the trap rapper was still spitting real life stuff from his life to where he is now. I think that is 100% you, if you keep doing what you're doing. And you were talking about like being your authentic self. Like that's what most people want. They want some realness in it. They don't want the same old thing. And sorry, like that's why I'm into the underground hip hop, not the mainstream so much. There's not too much mainstream rap these days that has originality or real life stuff in it. It's all about doing drugs, getting people to do drugs, and all the bullshit. And dude, that just gets old. How many times you gonna put out the same thing somebody else did in a different way, But when you can come with some lyrical content that's personally yours and different styles and be true to what you're feeling, that's what connects with other people, because artists don't know if that thing's gonna hit or not with the crowd until they do it. And like, I don't know a King ISO song that I can't mess with, and I can't tell you how many give me goosebumps. You know what I mean? Like, and he goes all through all types of stuff of his life story. And to me, like the Bout It thing wasn't just like being about fucking somebody up, was like being about your business, being about your grind, fuck what everybody else says. Like I'm on my shit. I'm about it, like regardless. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And like the Back on My Bullshit song is like, hey, you push me, I'll go back to the old me. I'm not trying to be like the old me no more. Like, and then you got like the Live Life song, you know what I mean? Like you're putting out music that's relatable, that is real shit, that I'm sure any outcast, misfit, like most of us in the juggalo culture have been through stuff. Like you were talking about getting jumped. My parents had to teach me at 10. They're like, don't let them people beat on you. You finish the fight, and if you come home with your ass whooped, I'm going to whoop your ass again. So
absolutely. Yep. That's how my brother was. He was like, you kid, I'm not going to handle it. Like, this is not going to happen. I came home crying. He was like, we're not doing this anymore. You're going to learn how to fight. I don't care if I have to kick your ass every day until you kick my ass. And like, he really did. Like, that was love though, because he was like, I'm tired of seeing my baby sister get her ass whooped. And these girls were like almost twice my age. I don't know how old I was when I fought my neighbor. She was like, I don't know, I think 12 or 14 or something. And I was like 9. it was a sad reality. Growing up was not, you know, easy. And they like Make It is the one song I think that probably is the most personal, like obviously personal song that I wrote on the album. It's like a lot of people, you know, they said a lot of, even people that like, oh, I love you, you're my family, my blood, you know. They were trying to say, you know, that I was gonna not wind up to be shit. Like I would not be anything more than a strung out crackhead welfare mama, you know. And I
Mhm.
literally proved them wrong at every turn of my life. Like I'd have my daughter, I was married before I had her. I was like, that was one big accomplishment. I was like, see, motherfuckers. It's like,
Hey, I'll tell you, spite sometimes can carry you a long way. I mean, I pretty much got sober out of spite to everybody in the world that thought I was just going to stay a junkie or in prison. And I was like, fuck you. That was my
yeah,
first year of sobriety was fuck you. I'm going to show you motherfuckers. And when I'm okay and you're still watching on Facebook or you need me, I don't want to talk to you because you weren't there when I was at my rock bottom. I know who was there at my rock bottom. I know who accepts me for who's me.
so you like,
But all
lose
y'all.
my mind. You like lose my mind too, don't you? Got spite in my
I
blood,
love
fucking
like
made me
every
strong. Yeah. Like,
I like every track. Like I said, I instantly fell in love. Like we started off conversing in a stream and I'm like, oh, this person's dope. Oh, they're an artist. Oh, they got a drop coming out. Let me go check it. And then that was it. Like I said, I'm rooting for you because I see the potential to reach tons of people, not just in our culture, but outside of it. And I see a potential you go really far in this game if you stay on the grind. Like I can see it because the versatility and like now hearing more of your background, if you get real experimental and playful with some stuff, like I could see you popping off like in a
I got
big
some
way.
things. I got some
Maybe to
things.
where music, all you have to do is music for a career.
Oh my
I
God.
could see that.
That's the goal, right? That's the goal for any musician. But I think the one highlight I'm looking forward to is I think I'm gonna have my daughter on a track this year. So she's got quite the little voice. So I'm gonna let her blow, you know, see what she does. But I told her I gotta write it for her. Because I was like, don't, we gotta stay along the lines, you know, she's still young, but
Right.
she's good. But
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what you do, you know, when you're a musician and you're a parent too. You try to involve your children because, you know, passion is passion. But I appreciate the words, though, sir. I've worked so hard to try to, you know, not necessarily be too, uh, you know, straightforward with my message because I know, like, any message worth finding is the one you got to look for. So that's been challenging, but you know, I appreciate the ones that appreciate the art. Thank you.
Oh, it tells in your album. Like I said, like I think personality goes a long way in our culture, but outside of that, it's the musical talent. You know what I mean? And for me, like you got it all. Like you're good with just talking and communicating like a normal person with everybody else. You know what I mean? And as long as you keep that kind of mentality and you keep doing what you're doing, like you're gonna kill. You're already killing it. You're gonna kill more though. Like I for sure.
Much appreciated. I, I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited. We got some things to look forward to, and we'll see what happens this year. You know? Yeah.
Is there any like dream singers you would like to work with?
Dream singers.
Yeah,
Hmm.
like any singers, because since you like the singing, uh, and the Motown stuff, is there any singers you would like to work with that are out now or still doing music or that would be
Ooh.
funny?
Hmm. I don't know. Um. Probably. Okay. So just because she has like a deep appreciation for like the old school and she's done stuff with like Tony Bennett, I probably like want to do, I would love to do a song with Gaga. like on a
That
piano tip.
Oh yeah.
I could see that being really dope. I could see that.
Like that would probably be like the dream of all dreams, because like she, I don't know, like I said, like you got to be yourself, you know, or like, were we on camera when I was talking about that?
Uh-uh.
I don't think so. I think it was right before we started, but like you gotta be yourself, you know. And for her to come out the way she did and like mainstream pop and completely blow everybody's minds, like that's what Michael Jackson did, you know, pretty much. And she's just like, I love her. And I probably love, I don't know, to do anything, like sing anything with her. You could sing a nursery rhyme. Shit, I'd be happy.
And what about if you had a chance to work with a rock artist, since you have those roots? Even if it was just like they're doing some guitars or drums for a track or something.
No, Kill Switch Engage. I would love to do a vocal track with Howard or Jesse, either one of them. Yeah.
So they practice in my city. They're in this area down in Florida in Port St. Lucie. The drummer lives out here. Yeah. Yeah. There's a big like hardcore metal scene out here.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kill Switch, they're fucking amazing. One of my favorite bands. And
Howard's
what's the-
voice though, his cleans, they're just piercing.
Falling in reverse.
You would do that?
That'd be dope. You like falling in reverse?
I they're all right. They're doing some different stuff. I kind of like that.
Alex,
Yeah.
terrible.
He has good cadence.
have you listened to Kill Switch's Howard's other band?
Light the
Light the
torch?
Torch?
Hell yeah.
Oh my God. Like that would be sick too. His vocal range and his singing, and then the way he could scream on top of it, that'd be dope. That would be a dope collab.
The singer from Atreyu, he's the drummer. I like to sing a song with him too. Love them guys. I actually got a chance to meet them and I completely choked up. I was like, oh my God. It was like the day that I did a song with Violent J. I don't know if you guys knew that. When I did the Gong Show, we kind of like, he reached out and we collaborated and it was great. I got to work with him, but I was so scared, you know? I went to just talk to Atreyu just to be like, hi, I've been a fan for a long time. And I couldn't do it. I was like, oh, I'm anxious and look stupid. And it was just like I love his voice. Their voice together when they're screaming and he's clean singing. It's almost like it's a good one. Devil Wears Prada. Like, you know how he does that himself. And then Veil of Maya, he's amazing because he does the same stuff too. Like he'll clean and then scream like it's nobody's business.
Hell yeah. I grew up listening to all that kind of stuff. For me, my favorite metal screamer though is Randy Blythe, Lamb of God. His screaming ability, his way to change tone and cadence and guttural.
Yeah.
Like,
I saw him with Lamb of God and Amon Amarth and Slayer, I think. I don't know. I left during Slayer. As soon as I heard Raining Blood, I was like, bye.
I've never seen Lamb of God, but they keep doing this cruise that's a Norwegian metal cruise, and they've played it. They do it like every year, but the tickets are crazy. But I've never been on a cruise, so my bucket list is like to go on that cruise because the bands hang out and do pool parties. And
wait a minute, what cruise is this?
I got you on Facebook. I'll send you the link.
Yes, send me the link.
I'll message you the link. But then they do like seminars like ICP and then do concerts. So the whole cruise, seminars, pool parties, events, and metal bands. And Lamb of God does it every year. I just found it a few years ago, but one ticket's like over $1,000. and
I
I
was just
would
looking
do
at
it
cruises because I was
'cause
like,
I've
I need
never
to go
been.
somewhere. What?
But with that being said, I just brought that up because I want to know like what's like your bucket list thing in life, because that's my bucket
Ooh.
list.
I want to go where they filmed Lord of the Rings in New Zealand. I don't know. I just want to go there. I want to travel the world. Honestly, that's like one of my that's my bucket list. I've gone to all 48 lower United States. So, I mean, I got some countries in Europe already. I really really love traveling. I want to see it all. I don't know. That's my bucket list. I want to go to that. You know where that okay, perfect example. Like I want to go to Brazil where that Jesus statue is, where all the movies, anytime you see Brazil in a movie, you see that Jesus statue. Where is that city? Rio de Janeiro? Is that,
I think
am I
you're
right?
right. I think you're right.
Is that where the big old Jesus statue is over the valley? I want to see that. That looks dope. I want to see the big old mountains in New Zealand. I want to go to Australia and see a real kangaroo in the wild, just running down the street or jumping down the street.
Big
Well, I
old
want to
buff
see.
motherfucker.
Yeah, I want to go see the Great Wall of China. You asked. I want to go to. I want to see the Berlin Wall. I want to go to Germany. Yes, it's Rio. Happy birthday, Zetro. Um, I also want to go to Auschwitz. I want to tour that. I heard it's like really powerful and like life changing. So I want to go there before, so I have some life to change still, you know? Um, I want to go to Ireland. Yes, bucket list.
So
And
you want
Tokyo,
to go. You want to go everywhere.
pretty
Hell yeah.
much.
Hell yeah.
I want to see
Besides
Barcelona.
traveling, you got any other bucket list like items?
Oh, that'll never happen. I want to
Don't say
uh,
never. You don't know where this career could take
yeah,
you.
because Frank Sinatra's dead. So like, I could never sing a song with Frank Sinatra, like for real. Like I'm a Sinatra fan.
You could AI Sinatra.
Nada has a black metal scream that she sneaks in there when no one's looking.
Yeah.
Do you scream in this band that I looked up on Spotify?
hmm It's
Okay,
all me.
I'm
Oh,
gonna hear
except for you can really hear when it's not me. Like my guitar player used to do some stuff for me, but we would do highs and lows. So he would do like lows and I would do highs and we'd flip flop.
But some female screamers, you wouldn't know they're female at first because I've seen some, and like I've listened to some, and then went and found them on YouTube and watched them, and I was like, I did not know this was a chick at first.
Yeah, I can do some pretty gnarly lows, but I mean not anymore because I haven't really exercised my voice like that. I just do that, that stuff I can do pretty good. That'll never die. You see, I just snapped into character real quick. It's easy when you do fries because you just close your vocal cords, kind of like tighten them. I don't know. It's hard to
What about
explain.
butcher babies?
Butcher babies, they're all right.
You don't care for them too much?
I mean, they're a little bit more pop tart metal. I don't know. If I was gonna go with any like female metal vocalists like Lacuna Coil, love them. Straight Line Stitch, she was amazing.
In this moment.
Ginger, she's dope. And Alyssa Grazia, I can't remember her name, but she's now the singer for Arch Enemy, and even the singer prior, the original Arch Enemy female vocalist, brutal. So
What about the
those
singer
are more.
In This Moment?
She's all right. I mean, if you like that kind of stuff, I mean, I think that you're looking when you hold her up to Alyssa Glutz. I can't Glutzman. I don't know what her name is from Arch Enemy. You
Mhm.
put her next to it.
for screaming, I just like In This Moment because she can sing and she can scream. She can
So
do
can
both.
Alyssa, she can sing.
Oh yeah, too. But Arc Enemy, that's heavy. Like her screaming it blows In This Moment out of the water. It's two different ball games.
But then, okay, Ginger would be my pick because she's more along the same lines. You know, they're more along the same.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I like the stuff she did with Rob Halford, Black Wedding. That was amazing.
This is a
I
good
like
cover.
how I like the dynamic between the two. I feel like she really rocked that song.
I just
For
brought it up
sure.
because I think y'all would have a good dynamic if that ever happened.
Yeah, I mean, I would work with her. Trouble. I don't know. There's so many. I mean, like, yeah. But as far as female vocalists go, who was your pick for like most brutal?
I'm gonna stick with Arc Enemy. That's by far my favorite, but I'm biased. I've been listening to Arc Enemy since I was like 10 years old. So or 11. You know, Hot Topic days, Headbangers Ball, Revolver magazine, all that shit. I would go through Revolver, look up every single band, and then go bootleg their shit through the LimeWire.
Oh, that was post Napster. What was it after that? Kaza or whatever?
Yeah.
Kaza or something?
Yeah, I'm
How do
not. I'm only a couple years older than you. I remember AOL dial up and all. That was around for all that
So
stuff.
do I.
Yeah. My MySpace was my favorite thing. Facebook sucks in comparison. Like, so yeah.
I liked MySpace, but I'm more of a Facebook fan.
I like the custom and being custom. Like you knew who the Jugs were and everybody talked. Like the Juggalo community in the MySpace era was fresh. I'm just saying it was more personal. You knew what
Yeah.
songs they fucked with, what they like, you know, their background. It said it all without having to talk to somebody. Like,
and the way they incorporated music into your shit too.
Yeah, we got music on Facebook profiles though. You just got to go look at the, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it wasn't 100-song playlist and having 5 of them on your page.
I feel like that was a whole different era though. That was before they really had a hone on this whole streaming thing. You know, that was like the birth of streaming, I'd say.
Yeah, but Arc Enemy, because longtime fan. Arc Enemy, just for metal vocalist for a female, it's my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
What about like German or Australian type female metal? Do you listen to any of that?
Oh, actually, I know. Oh, it's
I
Hells.
I listen to some, but I don't know what they're saying. But it sounds bad.
No, there's a few Australian bands that I like. God, Bad Love is one of them. Or I don't know how to. I'm trying to think of my playlist right now. Thornhill, they're really good. There's a lot of Australian bands. I just can't think on my playlist right now. There's like I'm drawing a blank, but I think is it Hell's Poppin'? She's dope. She's like she plays guitar too though. She's really dope. I like her. There's a new MySpace. It's called Space Hey.
Is Kitty from the U.S. or they're not from the U.S. are they?
No, isn't Kitty from like the UK? I don't know. I like Lily Allen. She's dope. She's kind of like ironic. That's why I like her so much. Is she's like weird, but in like the most in your face way ever, but still cute at the same time.
Who was that? Lacey from OTEP. You remember OTEP? I think it was.
I played a show for.
OTEP. Brutal.
I
Blood
opened
Pigs.
for them.
Did you? That's dope.
with my first band. We opened for them and they wouldn't let us sell merch while they were playing.
Really?
Yeah, so we didn't even bring our merch in. I was just kind of like, that's lame, jerk.
You should have set it up outside the venue.
No, like it's literally in their contract. Like if the venue lets it happen, like they're in some shit, I guess. So I guess they finally retired.
That Blood Pig albums, when I first heard that, oh my god.
I'm biased because I was a local opener and she shat all over us. So I'm just,
It ruins it for you.
huh? Yeah, it does. Because like we're the only like, and it's not. I'm not saying this is like my band was the only reason. I'm saying like us locals were like the only reason anybody was even at that show. Like nobody cared. They weren't there for OTEP. Like it was just a bonus. You know, like a lot of the local openers they had at the time too were strong bands that packed the house with or without a national. So that's the kind of thing I'm like, it made me salty in the metal scene. Really, really, really salty.
So
It's like, go ahead.
you were talking about punk rock too. Who like if you could work with anybody in the punk rock scene?
Oh,
Who
well,
would you like to work with?
me and my brother talked about doing this. He's like in a ska band and in another like surf punk band. He plays. I don't know if you're familiar with punk as much, but it's. Have you ever heard of the amino acids?
Yes, I have.
They're like super legendary. My brother plays in a surf punk
Yes.
band with those guys. So he's
Oh,
yeah, so I grew up listening to basically my brother's music taste because he would be practicing his drums all the time. So that's what we kind of listen to what Sam listened to.
hell yeah. I grew up a true clusterfuck with music. I knew a couple older people from New York they were crust punks, and I got into that whole thing with some skater kids and friends from Germany. But then I also was like a goth kid. But I also listened to freestyle battles and raps and ICP. I listened to all types of stuff my whole life. I was like a chameleon in crowds because had such a variety of tastes. I don't know. It'll be lame to say, but Misfits, like dark Elvis Presley style, that's still my shit to this day. Still can't go wrong with the Misfits, but like Anti-Flag, Propaganda,
Oh,
No
they're one of my
Effects, like
favorite.
Pennywise, Bouncing Souls. Like I grew up on all types of different stuff. Like there's a lot of good punk, but then I listen to some punk now that I'm older, and I'm like, how did I listen to this all the time? You know what I mean?
No, I feel the same way. My favorite though is out of that era is Lagwagon. Me and my brother
Oh
went
yeah.
to a Lagwagon show not long ago, and they were still now just as good as they've always been, and like still full of energy. And once Bubble came on, like the whole crowd was just like, we were all jumping. It was like the whole St. Andy's was just nuts. And that was probably one of my another one of my favorite shows because that just was a blast. But yeah, punk. I go from anything from Rancid to Suicidal Tendencies, and I'd say they're punk. A lot of people try to like say they teeter on
They are.
metal, but I'm like, no, they're
They are.
punk, dude. Yeah. Basically, my brother taught me all that. I mean, I just paid attention to like what he listens to, and this is some of it's my own. Like he showed me Bad Cop, and they wound up being like one of my favorite bands. So,
US Bomb.
oh yeah, he used to listen to them all the time. I know he liked those guys. I didn't really. I think I know a couple of songs by them, but overall, when you say Anti-Flag, I was in college and I was taking an English course, and it was like second or third year in college. So it was a little on the advanced side. It was like not first year anymore. And we had an assignment to write a paper about $1 trillion and what it meant. by Anti-Flag, and I was like, my English professor is a punk. Like that blew my mind, but it made so much sense. So, so yeah, I got all excited about it.
So if you could work with any punk band besides your brother's band, who would you work with?
Oh man,
If you had an option, they couldn't say no.
oh god, probably Rancid. Tim Armstrong, man, he's like iconic in his own like punk genre, with Brody Dalle and everybody. And I would want to work with her too. She's amazing. Like, did you hear the stuff that she did with Garbage? Or you know what I mean?
I'm not sure. Lots of drugs and alcohol. I'm sure I probably have.
Oh, it's called Girls Talk.
The Verukers, I love the Verukers.
Yeah, Veruca Salt.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Yeah. Oh, there's just, I don't know. I'd probably want to do Tim Armstrong and Rancid and Brody Dalle.
The Transplants, I still love that group. His little side project he did.
Yeah,
that was amazing. It was like rap and rock and punk and DJs and everything in one.
I'd want to do a song with the Interrupters too. Have you ever heard of them? The Interrupters?
I don't
She's
know
a female vocalist.
I don't
she
know.
She did a remake of Billie Eilish's Bad Guy. Scott up,
if it's newer punk, I probably haven't heard too much of it.
I know like 10 years or so.
Probably haven't heard too much of it. I'm very picky to new punk or metal. I went from like a transition to where I listened to all of it all the time. And then like to me, it just sounded like metal and punk for a while there. It was kind of getting redundant like the rap scene, and there wasn't like artists breaking out and coming out with their own sound and different stuff. But I have found some metal bands recently that are actually pretty good that I never heard of, and a couple punk bands. But I mainly got into being a hip hop nerd. I just love underground hip hop, and there's so many artists. So from like 19 and to 36 now, I'm just like I'm a hip hop nerd. I love hip hop. I like bars. I like metaphors. I like stories. I like backpack rap. I like all types of shit.
Speaking of that, touching back on like bucket list, the bucket list rapper I'd want to work with, and I just thought about this because I was like, oh, when you start saying like bars and all that stuff, I was like, oh my god, Tara Reid would be one I would want to collaborate with, like super bad.
Tara Reid is amazing. I love Tara Reid. I love Red Zed. I like that whole wheelhouse of artists, really, honestly. The Fat Nicks, the Poyas, the Suicide Boy, that whole wheelhouse that is kind of is Juggalo adjacent, that spawned it off, has so many good artists in it. Denzel Curry, Germ, I mean, list keeps going. There's too many of them. Warlord Colossus, I recently fell in love with. I love that fucking. I love it.
Yes, he's great. He's got a versatility on him. I don't think people like identify with. If you're like not a fan of his already, like you gotta look at like the stuff he's done, because there's some songs that's like that's Warlord, like, but he does it well, and then you're like, oh, okay, there he is, his sound and stuff, but he does his sound on like different beats that's not just like that like medieval trap he does or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
But he's dope. I like him. As far as up and comings and stuff, I feel like he's gonna do some cool stuff. 'Cause he's got a like kind of like a Suicide Boys type vibe to him, but his own style of it. So
I think we kill a track with Terry. That would be dope. That's definitely like within not too far into the future. Because I mean, just like ICP has the Juggalo culture, like Bones was the one that kind of started that wheelhouse of rap style, and I definitely could see Tara Reid like that. You could do that. That's a very possible collab, I think you have the skills to do it. If you just find the right project and be like, try to get him to work with you, I think it's possible.
Oh, I would love to work with him. I just think like, as far as like seriousness, I always push myself, in a lot of the stuff. Like I don't usually do like super like lovey-dovey emotional songs, but Got You is kind of like me exposing my feels. And I don't usually like do that sentimental stuff publicly. So that was kind of like a different one for me. So like I think he would get me outside of my box of seriousness. I need to be out of that box of seriousness. And I want to kind of play around with, just having fun with it, you know? Like I feel like I haven't done that since Illest. Like really played around with something just to have fun. I think that's, something I really want to focus on in this next album too, is like capturing fun. That's what I want to do. At least a couple tracks,
For sure.
But
Anything else you wanted to cover over quick, D?
I mean, not really. I didn't come prepared, or else I would have researched and had a whole list of questions. But I've already seen Nada interviews and talked to her a little bit in streams and stuff, and I've done picked my brain on some stuff I wanted to know. But if I'd done research, I would have came out firing like I did with Tierra Diaz, because I never researched him, and that shit blew my lid because I did not know his background like that, and I was like tripped out.
Yeah, I only knew his music background.
Now I'm gonna dig on Nada because she's talking about her family. I'm gonna figure it out, but I won't say anything publicly. But I have to know now. About because you said your dad was in a metal band and all types of stuff. So I'm like,
oh yeah, he rapped. His most popular song back in the day, he was rapping. So it's kind of funny that, and it's even funnier is that he was like really, really good rapper. Like he could have been something if he would have like really pursued that avenue, I think.
Oh yeah, that's a
What
good question.
advice would you have for an upcoming artist?
Advice I'd have is okay. Sometimes when people hit you with constructive criticism, it's not because they don't like you, it's because they genuinely want to see you do good. So they're telling you your weaknesses. Do not be don't shut yourself out to criticism. In fact, like I never like to ask, how did I do? Like, did I do good? Like sometimes if it's a personal connection and somebody really knows me, like, did I do good? And they're, because they know what my standards of good are. But more like, how can I improve? Always ask how you can improve. Always like pay attention when Insane Poetry or Scum or anybody in the community that's influential starts, talking about, hard work and whatever they're talking about, how they made it, listen to them, especially the ones that are successful. Don't listen to these people running their mouths that want to sit here and judge you or talk down to you or tell you ain't good or do whatever. Don't listen to them, especially if they're, look at where they're at. If somebody successful is telling you that, I'd be like, whoa, but if somebody that's like, level with you or, just starting out too, and they're trying to tell you something about you and don't listen to them. Haters will hate. Know the difference between somebody giving you an honest, opinion versus criticism, and take that and use that. I always use haters as like fuel and ammunition because honestly, like I said, I got spite in my blood, fucking made me strong. Like you can tell me that I'm not good, or you don't like my bars, or you don't like my voice, or you don't like my songs, or you think I'm corny, you think I'm this, you think I'm that, whatever. I use that to my advantage, and I use that as my fuel and my fire. So when people are on your ass and they're hating on you or they're critiquing you or they're, just they won't shut up or they want to make fun of you because you're different, just remember that all of that can be used in a positive way. So transmit that. That's if I've learned anything, it's take all that negative they try to get in your ear and just turn it into your positive, dude. Like first and foremost, believe in yourself. Second, put your best foot forward and just create. And you know what? You might be different, and that's okay, because no matter what you do, like it's your art, it's your creation. It's
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Good to be different.
Yellow, Yellow Wolf said it at the end of a song. Turn that negativity into creativity. That's so
Yeah.
American. That's real
Exactly.
shit. You know, and music's like beauty. It's in the eye of the beholder. You're gonna find the ones that really fuck with your shit, and you're always gonna have the other people that are gonna talk shit, and fuck those people. They don't matter. You know,
Yeah.
like a
And
real
just
friend's gonna give you the honest opinion, and the people really doing it that see your potential are going to give the honest opinion, and those are the ones you rock with. Like that's wisdom.
right. Like somebody told me once that oh, what was it? That I was too breathy in my verses and stuff. So I just went hard. Like I was like, okay, I'm too breathy. All right. Now if you listen to Bombs and you caught Gorefest, I did quite a lineup at Gorefest. But like perfect example, somebody, oh, don't be too breathy. Oh, she's gonna feel it in Denver. She's too breathy. And everybody made comments like after I was done, like, holy breath control, bro. Do you breathe? I'm like, I breathe as I'm speaking. It's weird. Because when you're spitting double time, like it's difficult. But in Denver, you're like fighting the climate, you're fighting the altitude, you're fighting however it is outside, any forest fires, like whatever, because that's normal out, not normal out there, but like common. Utah was on fire, and it was just like it was so smoggy. Yeah, it's just like so many challenges, but I went and I conquered, and I did probably the best set of my life that night. So, just take that and use that as motivation, and like, I'm going to prove them wrong, because you know what? Like, we can do a lot of things. We can let somebody's opinions make us or break us. I could have been, Lil Sally Walker, whatever, just with a, however they said that I was going to be, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I use that as like, this is what I'm never going to be. And fuck you guys for even thinking that I was, going to just give up like that, or just be a statistic. Like, I've always known since I was young, like, I might have to work hard, but I'm going to do what I want to do, and I'm going to do it my way. So that doesn't sit right with a lot of people. And when that doesn't sit right with a lot of people, you got to wonder why, And it's truth of the matter is, normally it's because they're not out there, and they're not capable of half of the journey that you have already had. So just keep on sticking it to the man.
What would you say your message behind your music is for people?
My message?
Yeah.
Is like, yeah, we can have a good time with anything, but I think my message is, that no matter how weird you are, no matter how much you think like you're alone in life, you're not, and the sooner you embrace you, the sooner, you can be one with yourself and complete and serve your purpose and succeed in your mission. I want that for everybody. I want everybody to be comfortable in their own skin and who they are, because it took me a long time to realize that, I might be different, but different is beautiful, and it's what sets us apart from each other. So
what would it be? What would one thing be that you would change the world? That you would change about the world?
change about the world? I don't know. I just want to be the change I'd like to see. And I kind of want to be a little bit more kind, And I'd like to change how distant and cold we are to each other. I feel like now more than ever, it's common to like, oh, I'm not stopping to help that person. What if they, I feel like, you know, we were at the tail end of the generation where that was common. And it's sad that we don't like, it's sad to me that I don't see that anymore. Like, you know, we got veterans on the streets. We got, you know, people who are mentally ill, freezing and dying in the cold. Like, I just want to see compassion and for human nature and humankind and stuff. A little bit more so. I think it's necessary now more than ever. And I know that's all anybody could want.
Prozac, that's why I asked that question.
Huh?
I listen to a lot of Prozac, so that's why I asked that, because he's like big on that type of message.
Yeah. You know, like I said, anybody can be what happened to them, or they can, you know, use what happened to them and create change, you know. So I just kind of like, all we can do is influence who we can reach, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, if that's what we have, then that's where we start. And hopefully, you know, our influence will grow and that kindness will catch on like a wildfire, you know.
Hopefully.
We can dream, right? That's what unity's all about.
Manifest it.
I mean, that's being in recovery. That's basically the mindset most of us have. And, you know, I've stopped and helped people on the side of the road and done all that kind of stuff. And, you know, the sad part about it, as much as I love everything you're saying to happen, is there's sick people that take advantage of it. And that's why a lot of the world is jaded and distant and don't do as much, because, you know, you get screwed over a couple times trying to be kind, then you're going to be like, I'm not going to be kind anymore.
There's a difference between, well, I mean, to be kind, don't be stupid, you know? But at the same time, like, people run around being nasty for no reason. Like, I'm gonna cut this person. I'm like, I swear, I'm like, just what do you guys, you know, if you pay it forward, like, you know, it goes a long way. It changes somebody's entire day or week or whatever. Just a compliment, even, you know?
Nice shoes, that outfit's sick. Hold the door open, do all that kind of stuff. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's still a lot of that going around, but then at the same time, there's a lot of the people, like you just said, that ruin the average person who doesn't know about like spirituality or recovery lifestyle or whatever it is. So it makes them pessimistic and jaded, where they're less willing to do stuff like that. That's the problem.
I can't handle people that are like overly pessimistic. You know, those people that always want to like cry about their day, but they don't want to do anything to fix it. Yeah. Like, they just want to dwell on the same thing. And, oh, I'm just so miserable. And like, I can't stand that anymore, because you know, if I don't sit there and feel sorry for myself, I'm not going to listen to somebody else. You know, you got to keep going. You got to pick yourself up, you know, like a lot of the time, because people will kick you when you're down, you know, that's what's out there. That's what I mean. Like, I'd love to see the kumbaya life and everybody be kind to each other. Yes. Realistically, like you were saying, is that going to happen? There's always going to be assholes shitting on everybody's parade. You know, it is what it is. There's going to be those Karens, but I want to be that person that walks up when the Karen's Karening and be like, you want a hug? I think that's what you really want.
Like, yeah. You said it perfectly. Be the change you want to see. You know what I mean? You just got to know when to use it, when it's not worth your time using it, you know?
Right. I mean, like, time is precious, you know, and everybody always wants to pay for your time. The time is, you can't get it back, you know? It's a man-made thing, yes. But once you spend it, it's gone. You know, it's not like you can get it back, you know? So I want to look back on my life personally, and I want to see like more good things that I've done than shitty things, you know? Like, I genuinely want to like reflect and have a good impact. And like, you know, people are worried about their carbon footprint. Like, this is my carbon footprint. I want to be a decent human being to other human beings that are stuck in this experience with me, that, you know, like, I will put some time in to doing that. You know, I've done it already, and I've seen people I can help, and I've seen people I can't help. But it becomes obvious, you know?
I swear this will be the last question, because it just popped in my head while you're saying that. Since you're talking about time and time is precious, do you have a like a 5-year plan for life and career, like what you're trying to do over the next 5 years? Get to? You got something set up?
Yeah, it's so yes, I do have quite a few different plans actually. There's the plan for my personal, life, that's life outside of music. Um I plan a lot of things out eons ahead of most people because I don't know if you're ADHD, or my mom hates that I say this, but my dad is, and she's probably gonna blow up the comments now because I'm sure she's watching and she's like, that doesn't exist, but it's a thing. And I'm an overthinker. So yes, I plan everything. Like I'll plan whatever. If somebody's like, oh, I don't know what to do with my birthday next year, I'm like, let's plan it. Like I kind of always have like an idea of the way I want things to go at least. So I somewhat have a 5-year plan for music, somewhat have a 5-year plan for personal and career and family and etc.
Hell yeah.
Let everybody know where they can find all your stuff.
Oh, everywhere. No, seriously, if you guys want to order the album, a copy, like a physical, I have these bad boys. Like, you just send me a DM, or you send Nada a DM on my artist page, and I can get you those. I also have like physical shirts on hand too. They're kind of simple. Like if you want to head to the merch store, I have a link in my bio on Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff. Follow me on Instagram. I usually go by Not a Rapper 313 on Instagram. But usually in YouTube, it's officially Nada. You found this stuff, right?
Yeah.
You found my YouTube. Yeah, so it's at officially Nada on YouTube, and I do have, like I said, the merch store online. And you can find me on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you fancy, I'm there. YouTubing it up too, you know. So
Sure. Oh yeah.
yeah, and I should be out at Lethal Weekends this year, I think maybe. I'm trying to plan that one. Hopefully I'll be on the East Coast sometime soon.
Have they
So
announced lineup yet?
oh, I don't know, but I'm going. So I'm going whether or not I perform. That's what I'm trying to get at. I'm going to be out there because that's going to be my one East Coast trip for the year because I'm just got a new jobby. So I'm going to have to like delegate and be selective on what I go to now, especially if it's like a week-long thing. Like the gathering's going to have, precedence. Definitely. That's vacay. So, it's big part of the life now. Once I went last year, I was like, look, I mean, does anybody else still have their wristband on from the gathering?
No.
I take mine off when I get home and I hang it in my wall and I put it in my box of collectibles. Like I have boxes of memories from the gatherings and stuff, so I don't keep them on. I take pliers and undo that metal thing and then I put my band up.
So since it was my first, I felt like it was only right that I keep it on until my next. And then I would take them off together.
Yeah, I kept my first one on for like 6 months after I got home, but I worked construction and it started getting like concrete and stuff on it, and I was like, I can't have it ruined, so I had to take it off.
Yeah, if anybody, the first person to show me that they have their bracelet, they haven't taken it off, and you can't lie, I'll give you about it for free. Show me. I want to see it tight. I don't want to see any like loose. DM me. I don't want to see any loose, like this is even too loose. I mean, I didn't take it off because it's like a personal thing. But if you got your gathering bracelet on still, first person that DM me a picture gets an album.
Hold on, let me put mine back on quick.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me go upstairs right now.
No, I know you two didn't have it, but way too much. No, I'm just kidding. Now watch, I'm gonna get like mad pictures. No, seriously, the first one though, I'll know. Based off of who's
fucking time mark too, because they can't take a picture from when they still had it on or whatever.
Oh, that might be difficult. I don't know. It's gonna have to be the honor system. I'm gonna have to just trust you.
do a live video and show the date or
Yeah,
some
that's what I was
shit.
about to say. First in the live video, me and show me.
No. No, just send me like a 3-second clip. That's it.
Yeah, a video, an actual video.
With a
Look, here's
newspaper underneath, like, hey, I don't know. I got one CD. That's all I got. So somebody better. It's my donation today.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'll even sign it. I think I got this new like marker to sign CDs with. It's like it's copper. I love it. It's beautiful. It's a Sharpie. It's like my favorite Sharpie.
Glitter something.
Yeah, I wanna get one of those permanent gel pens in like neon pink. That would be dope. I don't know, all in due time.
For sure.
I like got a million and one things I want to do. Like my whole line on the shop right now is like not a Voorhees. So my album dropped on a Friday the 13th. So like yeah, it's about it, but at the same time, like the original release date was supposed to be September the 13th, which was important. It was an important date to me, but some things happened and I couldn't do it. Like, and I just had to go and re-record everything and and I had to do it the next Friday the 13th, which happened to be in December. So wasn't too far off. So I was able, like, obviously I capitalized on the whole Friday the 13th thing, kind of like had me in a Jason mask, and it's the inside of this album. It's like the inside subscription, like it has my thank yous on it, and it's me with my neon pink hair with a Jason mask. It's all art that Zitro helped me with. So big shout out to Z because he was a big part of this album in a big way. And there's also a bonus track on there. It's a secret thank you because it was supposed to be part of the album, but it wound up getting like, since it was released in the summer, it kind of got too far away from the release date for the album. So I kind of just put it on there as like an extra bonus thing. This was originally supposed to be on the first copy of the release. So.
And you can only listen to that if you got the CD, right? It ain't.
No, it's just a special version. It has so it's. I'll just tell you guys, it's Money Talks is the secret song on here. It's not listed or nothing because I didn't want to I don't know. I didn't want it to be a factor because it was already pretty popular. And it was released in the summer, so we released that back in July, and it had already been out for a little while. So we released the video in July, and I kind of felt like there was like way too much time in between album release and that song's release because it was supposed to be the debut for that album. So that's what I meant by how you have an idea for an album and it completely changes because one thing doesn't work out, so it changes everything. That's what I meant by that. So it changed completely, like the whole track listing.
Right.
Took a few off, put in a couple on. About it was the icing on the cake. That's what I decided the intro should be because, it was supposed to signify like where I came from, and what better to do it on a Detroit beat. So,
For sure.
yeah, I am gonna shut up now, you guys.
For sure. Well, I appreciate you coming on.
I appreciate you guys having me.
For sure. Any other news you want to drop or anything that's coming up?
So if you guys haven't, I know you guys have, but check it out. Big Sherm from Acid Cult dropped BFU with Bam Bam the Voodoo Child and Zitro, as well as BFU 2 with me and Zitro on the remix. He just dropped that on February 7th. So far, I've listened to it way too many times. It's stuck in my head. I randomly walk around my house going, "I'm Big Sherman. I'm ready to teach." Like all day. My daughter's like, "Oh my God, Mom, what?" But it's literally stuck in my head. It's one of those songs, like, I don't know. It just gets me hype, and it's like one of my favorites. So go check it out. That's one of the things that we just did. We we also have some stuff with Acid Cult that's coming out I can't talk about just yet. So be on the lookout. Keep an eye out for Acid Cult. We have our own little Facebook page, and you can check out, you know, the whole squad and what we got going on there. And you know, yeah, Cartoon and you know, Enoch and stuff, they're always busy, so you can pop by and see what they're up to too. Yeah, but just keep an eye out, because I mean, like, there's so many things I want to say, but so many things I can't talk about. And then
Yeah, we got Enoch and the rest of the Acid Cult coming up too here soon.
yeah, the bros. I'm excited. They're awesome. I'm so grateful for all of them. Really, they're some of the realest, like, out there too. Like, I don't know. I'm just blessed. I can't say it enough.
So far, everyone I've met or got to converse with has been down to earth, dope, real people, which makes me respect and like them even more than just the music, on an individual level. And I'm just gonna keep, every time I see y'all in a stream or talking to y'all, like, need Acid Cult ciphers. You need need to do some group projects, you know, like 3 or 4 y'all, like, projects. And, you know, even if it ain't the whole thing, I see a lot of longevity and potential out of everybody I see that's repping the Acid Cult.
Oh yeah, they're the fam, man. Those guys are some of the, like, most talented artists out there, in my opinion. I mean, we had, like, what, how many, everybody was involved in some way in the gathering last year, and it was like my head was spinning. It was crazy. I couldn't see all my friends' sets. It was great. I want another year like that again. So I want to see it this year for sure. I want to not be able to get to everybody's sets.
Make it happen.
I'm hoping so. We'll get in their ears, maybe. We'll try to. I don't know. Maybe Cartoon and Zitro can finesse. You know?
Oh, where's my email too with the whole Acid?
Oh, they need to. They need to. Those two. Oh my God. They're
I'm
just.
sure as long as y'all keep releasing the projects and doing the videos, because everyone in Acid Cult is, y'all are cooking. Like, it will happen. It's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, I need to get on Dope Da Vinci about our little collab we got. I want to get something going with him bad. And then freaking Bam Bam. I gotta everybody needs to just do something together so we can all be on a song together. You're right. Acid Cult Cypher. I'm down. I'm with it.
But, yeah. I'm gonna play a song for an outro, and then
with that,
I'm gonna play a song for the outro, and then I'll talk to you guys in the studio real quick.
Okay.
You can never stop me. Oh, there she goes. Ain't never been a sucker, won't hear bitch in these flows. It's payback, motherfucker, this is my big clothes. I'ma leave you in the gutter, cut up, cleaning up the clutter. Rhymes with like peanut butter. Really kinda wonder why your mother didn't bother with the rubber, but we're here now. Not as being real loud, dissecting your fears now. Fucking up your rebound, should've went a new route. Damn, guess this is how shit be. Don't mind me, I get a little hyphy. Spirit box gon' snatch up your life fee. High standards, motherfucker, so don't try me. I wish motherfuckers just let shit be. Sometimes I find myself getting a little testy. I ain't like you getting all kinds of messy. Stay on the grind to avoid all the stressing. There's no rewind, don't know what you pressing. I guess motherfuckers just gotta keep guessing. Every day above ground is a blessing. Must be aerobics the way that you sweat. Sit back and enjoy all the karma you getting. I'm about to snap under pressure. I'm bending. You're so full of shit, but I'ma be sending your ending. It's pending, suspending my tending. I'm back on my bullshit. I'm back on my bullshit. I don't need no excuses. Back on my bullshit. I'm back on my bullshit. Tell me, why do I do this? Back on my bullshit, I'm back on my bullshit. Yo, this shit is useless. Cause I'm back on my bullshit, I'm back on my bullshit. It's time that I prove it. Back on my bullshit. nada, what the fuck do you mean? A lot of motherfuckers wanna get in between my grind, but I'm sorry, that's not happening. All of these rumors, y'all stay capping, but y'all just mad cause you ain't clapping. These cheeks to my beats, but it's sweet, thought you compete. While you up in my sheets, you ran the streets. Sorry, won't do it for me. I just can't let this shit be. All of the lies, but soon they gonna see. Yes, I'm aware there's more fish in the sea, but you play the victim, self-made tragedy. Self-written, inflicted, you die for a scene. You say that I lie, keep on living them dreams. I don't need you and I don't need your schemes. Don't need all the drama, can't feed the machine. You should come clean, let me plant the seed. Never been happier because I've been freed. I'll let you be the victim if that's what you need. I won't be the one, I'm gonna let you plead. Wanna go rounds with the queen? Won't catch me slipping cause I keep it clean. They say that I mean there is no in between. Hit me the fuck up like you are a fiend. Yeah, back on my bullshit. I'm back on my bullshit. I don't need no excuses. Back on my bullshit. I'm back on my bullshit. Tell me why do I do this? Back on my bullshit. I'm back on my bullshit. Yo, this shit is useless. Cause I'm back on my bullshit. I'm back on my bullshit. It's time that I prove it. Back on my bullshit. Back on my bullshit.
Woo!
Right.
Yo.
Yeah, tomorrow we got super famous fun time guys.
Oh,
So
yeah?
that one's gonna be dope.
They're a real fun time, those guys.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
And
And
they put on a good show.
yeah, Slay is actually gonna be joining them tomorrow with us. So I don't. Do you know who Slay is?
Not 100%.
How Jacob explained it to me, it's like he's the legs diamond of like he's the legs diamond of ICP. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Okay.
He's kind
yeah,
of like
I mind my
an unofficial third member. Is kind of
oh,
how I
I
took
mind my business so good. I don't know what the hell's going on half the time, just so you guys know. I'm just out here minding my business.
And
But
then
no,
yeah, and then
I'll definitely
go ahead
I was gonna say I'll definitely try to pop in and catch it tomorrow.
for sure. And then there's one I want to announce, but I'm just waiting for the reply back. It's already locked in, but it's going to be huge. So I'm excited.
Ooh.
It's going to be a big like mental health awareness type artist. So I will say that.
Is it gonna be ISO?
No, it's not ISO.
Because he did that whole album from when he was like in the psych ward, right?
Yeah.
That was like one of the best shows I've ever seen was when he like did that live. That was amazing.
Yeah, I just went on tour with a dude that we were touring with, King ISO, and that was pretty. He's definitely a lot more humble and like laid back than I thought. Because I hadn't met him personally before that tour. And so that was like my first interaction with him. And it was like mind blowing how humble and how much he cares and shit.
Yeah. I worked at Diesel and he came to Diesel. He did a show there and he was super respectful and talked to everybody, all the artists and stuff. He was a real like down to earth dude. But
I'm going to bed.
well, thank you for having me though.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
for sure. Well, everybody in the chat, have a good night.
Hey, you guys, thanks
Yeah.
for coming.
Much love.